if I'm not mistaken, I did have a talk to Henry yesterday, the person in charge of HGC China over there in Shanghai, and I think Volskaya is banned for this week.
It is, because after that they will be on a more recent patch, I believe, the Ural patch.
Exactly.
Maybe the most recent patch actually. But either way, we have the Cursed
First
Hollow
time
coming in. First time. That was fun when me and Skibby worked out at MSB that Cursed Hollow had been played an equal amount of times as Braxis had, which was a fun thought to have.
I wonder what the reasons are for this. I mean, players still seem to like it in Europe and NA. Maybe it's like an Asian phenomenon? I don't know.
But even at MSB, it wasn't picked at all, really. I guess it's just because so many teams just feel like they might have it figured out, but they want to do something that they feel like they have a more counterable draft on.
Could also be the fact that there's a couple of niche heroes on Cursed Hollow, like Abathur, for example, which just make the game so, unfun to play. Let's put it this way.
Yeah. It's an interesting thought. I would be curious. I will maybe have a whip round to get general consensus at some point. But for now, though, the ban phase. Genji has been removed. Very reasonable. SPT, what is your response?
Look at Melody C there in the webcam. He's having a little bit of a giggle because he was the terrifying Genji from last game, and he instilled fear into the hearts of TheOne, which is quite surprising still because they are first pick, first ban. So Meng...
They probably want Mouth.
They probably want Mouth. Absolutely agree, but Meng could have totally picked it himself.
He could have. If it was available to him. Here comes the Tracer ban. So we should see a Malfurion first pick, followed very quickly by either a Garrosh or... we're watching SPT, so potentially even a Diablo, along with something like a Hanzo or a Blaze. I would actually prefer, even though I think SPT can still run it, a Blaze Hanzo I think would be a pretty good follow-up after TheOne first picks Malfurion, which I'm pretty sure they will. Yeah,
it's kind of hard to predict what we're going to see the players prioritize here, because it's the first game on Cursed Hollow, and we haven't really seen anything, in China on this battleground yet after the mid-season brawl. So maybe other supports, other tanks are being preferred here by the team. I could totally see an ETC here, for example. I could even see the value of Turiel again, without a doubt one of his stronger maps, Turiel that is, with plenty of options for him to maybe go for that holy ground, steal away mercenaries and bosses. Even Falstead, by the way, I could see make a big play here. Dehaka as well. There he is, by the way.
I definitely agree on Falstad. Dehaka being picked up here is a lot of sense. I was thinking about the Blaze, but this makes a lot of sense too. It's a huge map. The global potential is absolutely insane, so really digging that.
Yeah, Dehaka is one of those heroes that, in Korea and China is still seeing a little more play, but definitely less play than in the past. Korea especially loves the hero. They can utilize it so well, and especially European teams like Fnatic in the past already. They showed us how strong the globals can be, especially in battlegrounds like Cursed Hollow, like Sky Temple. And if China plays it well, if SPT plays it well, I think SPT can be considered the most, how should I say, like, non-China team out of all the China teams, right? They are certainly the stronger team when it comes to macro most of the time.
Most of the time is definitely a key word there. There have been exceptions, not always to prove the rule, as we see Jaina and Muradin coming in for TheOne. So interesting opening. Now here's the question. Is that a Meng Jaina, or are we going to see Muggle's first mage?
Muggle's first mage. Okay. I think it's going to be Muggle, to be honest. I can't recall Meng ever playing a mage.
Yeah. Would that technically... No, it's not technically a Mudblood, is it? Because it's just a Muggle finding a magic object and using it.
Did you just say Mudblood?
It's a fake word! You can't be mad at me for that. I'm going to get emails from Blizzard now. God. Out, very sensible with Jada on the board. The double copy on that could be very scary.
Yeah, for sure. Abathur copies are very scary on mages, especially... mages like Jaina. We also saw a couple of Li Ming copies in the past. Chromie, not so much. Gul'dan, I don't see the value there. So you better be safe than sorry, and you ban away the Abathur. Also, I think Mule gets so much value on Cursed Hollow. Whenever you have the Mule available, and let's say the first curse doesn't get a fort immediately, you can have it back to full HP over the course of time, and I don't hate it.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind another hero with Mule. It's preferably one that I don't just that I'm not just always in symbiote form, so I actually can drop it while in a team fight. As we see Deckard Cain banned out, so is ZZH going to be forced onto something different today?
Yeah. Are we missing something here, Tetcher? Was ZZH Deckard Cain so good that it needs a ban now? Did he get the MVP? Maybe it's just us, you know?
Maybe. I mean, he dropped one really good sleep. A couple good triangles, good roots, scrolls of sealing. Not sure. It's still just a good hero in general.
Yeah,
so we're going to
I
see
guess.
Karazim. See, the thing is, I know we have a Karazim here, but I'm not even entirely sure how to feel about that, because last time we saw a Karazim, it was actually a second support.
Mm-hmm. If you think about it, Hanzo's solo ranged. I think Hanzo is enough damage, especially if there's a CC chain to blow people off with a Karazim. So it could be, let's see. Melody C on that Karazim. He's played it yesterday. To mixed success. He had a couple of godlike executions, but also a couple of moves in which he didn't get to use the 7-sided, you know, and as a result ended up dying rather quickly and rather shamefully. So it could be the solo support, it could be the double support if you take into account the games that happened yesterday.
Yeah, especially with Hanzo. Hanzo can fill that role pretty reasonably. So, yeah, it could definitely happen. I'm feeling it a little bit. Not super all in on it, but
yeah,
there is a possibility there.
Actually really happy with our hero predictions. We talked about Tyrael and Curse Hollow being a stronger map for him here. He's getting picked. The Haka as well. Thrall, Earthquake, Phoenix.
When
Here we
we
go.
mean you, because you are psychic.
But you're the prophet after all. You're the legendary map prophet.
Confirmed, I am Medivh and totally did not cheat.
Okay, last pick
So,
here.
yes.
I already saw in chat some Greymane calls. Is it
Ooh,
gonna
that
be-
would be reasonable. What else? I mean, it's a big map. Falstad as well would be extra global, always good. Gust to disengage. I'm leaning Falstad.
I like Falstad. It's hard to say, man. They could go for a mage. I wouldn't hate a... whoa. Chat was right. Twitch chat, you did it.
They're always right. How could you ever doubt?
How could we? There goes the Greymane. So more burst damage, more harassing potential as well with the Karazim. So, you know, with the protection from Tyrael, I think Karazim solo support is going to suffice. And all of a sudden, the one needs to be very careful. If you had, you know, shown me those drafts and covered the team names, I actually think it would have been the other way around. Like, it would have totally... Oh, looks like some of our Chinese commentators also had a betting game going. And I think Genshu on the right-hand side, he guessed correctly that Greymane was the last solution.
Possibly. I would just want to say quickly, I miss Genshuo's dreads, but I really like the hairstyle he's got going.
Oh, he's looking super dapper today.
He is. So nice, so cool there. But I do miss the dreads. They look all
Yeah.
super cool. But like you said, you know what I think when I look at SPT's draft right now?
Go for it.
This is a CE from last year's draft.
For SPT?
Yep.
I think so too. I think you're actually right.
Like a heavy lean on Greymane Tyrael, little bit of the global from Dahaka for Soap. It's weird.
To be honest, when CE played it though, or when they used to play it a lot, I hated it because it always felt to me like the Tyrael solo tank just didn't get the job done. Can SPT do it though? Can they make it happen? Can they take their first victory of 2018 Phase 2? Remains to be seen here because the one, they're not going to go down without a fight. They are a strong team that excels at team fighting, and they have a good team fighting composition. Let's see how comfortable they're going to feel. On the left-hand side, you see the team we talked about. It is Hugo playing for the one on Thrall. We've got Muggle on the Jaina. Meng is playing the Phoenix. Hehe on Murden. What else? And ZJZ on the support on Mal.
And on the right-hand side, it is Super Perfect Team with Lucky on Hanzo, Merlisi on Greymane, Misaka on Tyrael, Soap on Dahaka, and ZZH is on the Karazim. Let's do this. We're heading in immediately with a laser build, Plasma Cutter build coming in from Phoenix.
And he's doing it again, by the way. The special snowflake has been redeployed. I'm loving it. So, the Plasma Cutter here at level 1, of course, for Phoenix is a talent that used to be so popular when he was released. It was by far the best talent. Then it got nerfed several times. But I think...
It's called advanced targeting, by the way.
Oh, sorry. But it's basically
yeah,
a stacking talent.
The ability name. I also forgot. I had to look it up.
No worries, no worries. It's a stacking talent for those of you who have no idea what it does. So whenever you land your Q onto enemies, it's going to stack up the damage up to a very high amount. And
up to 60.
Yep, it's crazy, actually. It used to be so much better in its release date, as I said, but I think it's probably because of the map's design that Meng maybe went for it, because there's a lot of choke points on Cursed Hollow. That's another reason why Holy Ground can be so good here on the Tyrael, and maybe that just nets him, more consecutive hits on these advanced targeting stacks, and already got a couple against Melody C here.
Yeah. So if he gets halfway, then he will complete his quest. So he has 2 rewards on his 2 completion marks on his quest. He has the 60 damage total that he can get as a boost, with each one being 0.5 each hit. And then we have the reward of if he hits 30, then he is going to get the plasma cutter circling an additional time.
Yeah. So basically, it helps you stacking up and getting the maximum reward a little bit more quickly. Look at Soap, by the way, he realizes that there's not much he can do against Phoenix superior range, especially with that bully build that Meng applied here, because if you slow a melee opponent, it's going to be even easier for a long-range distance poker like Phoenix to just, inflict more damage over time. Now, Melody C receives a little bit of help here from the Karazim to get this Bruiser Camp done more quickly. Both Siege Giants have been taken already as well, so the Merc game definitely being strong here in China.
Merc game's pretty good, as we see the Siege Giants beginning to well siege from both sides. As Dahaka has tunneled. This is ambitious. Hugo getting engaged upon it. Comes literally everyone. Hugo goes down. Hanzo, the only person not choosing to join in with this. So this Merc camp is going to get 0 value. Will be wiped before it reaches the lane. Only one knight escapes.
Normally, I would have expected these plays if there was a Medivh in the roster, right? So you can go for portals and you get a quick disengage if, just in case, the invade would go south. But without any super mobility provided by Medivh and just, the Haka even using his global, a very bold move, but I think a move that paid off because look at the middle value so far. The Mercenary Wizard here providing that additional spell damage resistance against the Jaina. That's, of course, a very, very useful talent or useful fate. And Tyrael also shielding the minions and mercenaries even more so. There is no way I feel that TheOne is going to make it in time towards that tribute.
You go over Tiny Zep. The tribute is available. Look, Hugo can delay this
Time's
for a while. Being able to teleport away. Nice route by Hugo as well, buying even more time. And yeah, that delay, that attempt on the kill has bought TheOne enough time to actually all rotate down here. It's a full 5v5 here. Dahaka, though, going to rotate to mid. He has that global, so he can actually get a little bit of split soak in here. Something to delay. Nice.
Needs to be careful here. He took the healing fountain earlier, so the healing continued to tick.
Oh, Greyman's rotating too.
Yeah, I think SPT is actually giving this one up. I didn't expect it. I think they were banking on Lucky maybe landing a scatter shot, so he could delay the channeling process on that a little more. But look at the Melody C already. We forgot how strong of a pusher Greymane can be against those structures, right? Because of his strong auto attacks in Worgen form. And also Soap using the global mobility of a Dahaka to get that soak in. So all in all, SPT gave up this tribute to get a lead in terms of experience.
They're all looking like he might attempt a gank here. He's got some reinforcements. Soap and Melody C very far forward. In comes the immediate drag, but the root follow-up, Jaina damage, and Melody C might fall here. Yes, he will. Stormbolt is good, even with that Earth ally. And now Karazim will escape. Yep, escape thanks to Soap. Very clutch move here with that drag. And is able to escape. Also, apparently we might be slightly out of sync, so do you want to do a quick resync after that fight?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. So I think you're like half a second ahead of us.
I'm
currently sitting... What are you sitting at?
5.5.
5.5. I'm sitting at 7.6. You think you can
That's quite a gap, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take over. If you could try to get there, that would be amazing.
I will try. Higher is a bit harder for me to get these days because my internet's good. But I'll do my best.
The beauty of Tetra's new internet. So here we go. We see now the scatter shot being completed. Simple geometry now online for Lucky. And this is a really good position for SPT. The choke point there is keeping 3 heroes at bay. Meng using the teleport over the wall though, so that he is safe from the onslaught of SPT for now. And it looks like the choke point might now turn back in against SPT, because here comes the one. The advanced targeting by Meng is looking good, but they just can't really seem to get in there. Too much body blocking. Too good is the position here with Hanzo and the simple geometry, getting too much value in there. But the one, they're not done just yet. It wouldn't be HGC China if the teams did back down.
As we did see Malfurion get taken out here. The pressure is being applied. I'm on 6.5, by the way. I hope that's fine. As we see Dahaka getting stunned up by Muradin being forced to back up, though. He's a little bit outnumbered. Misaka, even though he's low, still acting as a body for his team.
Absolutely true. So you're at 6.5. I'm pretty sure I can get there.
6.3-ish.
Let's get it done. 6.8. I think
that's pretty close.
That'll do. That'll do.
Assuming it doesn't jump back up to 5 again afterwards. Remember, it has a little delay.
Yeah. Cleanford has been going pretty well, though. I think that was probably just that one little desync we had. Anywho, I think SPT did a good job, you know, closing the gap, and that's why this tribute location is actually one of the trickier ones to play well in, because if you just overextend, if you get a little too greedy, I think Misaka's not aware of Hehe lurking in the bushes, otherwise he wouldn't really go in that far. But even if they get this kill on tutorial, or even if they were to get it, the mercenary camp is taken by SPT, causing a little bit of commotion and distraction in the middle.
So they have mercenary camps pushing in 2 lanes right now. They have the Bruiser camp in the mid lane, Siege Giants in the bot lane, with Dahaka empowering the Siege Giants in the bot lane. And Dahaka, guess what, has that global, so he's going to be able to rotate to his team very quickly here. So as Heroics are still hit by the one, the fact is, unless they're able to grab this tribute, this is going to be a pretty unadvantageous fight for them. It might even be worth them giving up the tribute due to the fact they're going to lose so much XP and so many structures elsewhere if they don't.
Yeah, they definitely should give up this tribute. It's just a second one for SPT anyways, and look at what Dahaka is doing. This is so much damage with the Siege Giants there as well. I mean, they realize that it's currently a 3 versus 5, right? Because Hans is in the top lane dealing with the mercenaries, and Dahaka is doing his own nasty business. But Dahaka is already gearing up. You can see him lurking in the bush. He's waiting for the right time, and he's coming in and trying to go for Malf.
Dragon Arrow from above. The isolation on Malf is good. Immediately Hunter over the wall to protect himself from Hehe. The Twilight Dream is pretty decent here. In comes the salvo. The sanctification blocks releasing a little bit of the damage. Go for the throat, picking up the first kill, but Greymane killed in the counter. With Jada gone, though, a huge amount of the damage is missing as Dahaka taken out. Again, though, Hanzo is dropping lots of scatter arrows, but he's a little bit separated here. ZZH is surviving. Nice block from Lucky on that Stormbot, but it's still a 2-for-1.
Still a 2-for-1. Tyrael's going to drop another Eldrin's Might here. Maybe. No, he can't. He needs to use it defensively in order to get away from the Phoenix, who had already been chasing them. But I actually thought this was a good engage for SPT. Look at that. Soap absorbing so much damage, blinding the Malfurion as well. But here comes the salvo over and over again. And guess what? The Sanctification was too separated from the rest of the team to really benefit them. So no protection on most of those members. And Tyrael fell in the end. And I gotta give it to the one, man. They played this super well despite burning a couple of cooldowns on the wrong targets, but Sanctification fails yet again. We've seen a couple of weird Sanctifications, bad Sanctifications yesterday as well on the side of RPG, KT. But
I mean, it saved Misaka. It blocked the Twilight Dream, but it also didn't really do much else, unfortunately.
That is the only thing it did, you're right.
Yeah. So boss base race, let's go. But this will result in a curse, so guess which boss is going to have more efficiency?
Well, you don't have to ask me twice about it. If they're going to get the curse, that boss is going to go all the way to the keep.
Yeah,
and I'm not... okay, here's what I think SPT should do, right? They should actually continue this push.
They have bottled it.
Okay, only Greymane here.
I like that they've defended here.
Yeah.
I mean, if they'd pushed, yeah, they would have maybe got a keep, but the one might have got a core.
Yeah.
So I like that they ported back early so that everyone is actually here. Dahaka is not actually porting, he's hiding. Finally going to show himself. He's going to show that he's soaking XP here in the mid lane. But that also shows that if he is going to join the fight, it's going to be from that bush. In fact, it's going to be vision gained as down goes the Greymane. Getting taken out by the Twilight Dream. Misaka now in danger as well. He will die as well and a really nice move in here by TheOne. They might be able to go for core off the back of this.
I can't believe what I just saw there. Grayman actually diving back in there. I don't think his situation was that desperate already. I think he could have actually maybe escaped and then defend at the core. But look at that push going in with so many members being taken low or taken out altogether. The boss smash gets kill number 2, boss MVP. And SPT is going to fall here. Another tie against the one-tetcher.
That's going to be 1 point to SPT, 1 point to TheOne. TheOne joins CE and BTG in tied first place, and KT actually, and SPT, they have a grand total of 2 points. They're not even in the top 4, Kendrick.
And you know what? True, TheOne is a tough nut